In the next section of this course, I want to talk to you about reverse engineered marketing, because reverse engineered marketing is entirely what I have built my business on, and it's entirely what I use on LinkedIn. You see, the problem is that the way that most people approach marketing on LinkedIn is they know what they do, they know the market that they are in, and then they try and get the market to be interested in what they're doing. But that doesn't always work. For a start, there's a lot of noise on LinkedIn, not only in your market, but there's just a lot of noise in general. There's a lot of people on there that are actually just on there to entertain people, or they're on there to consume, but not necessarily sell or buy. And so you're fighting all of that all of the time. So you've got to be really precise about what it is that you want to achieve. And this is where reverse engineered marketing comes in, because with reverse engineered marketing, we start at the end and we work backwards. So the first thing we want to do is we want to think about, where are the people that I want to talk to? What is it that they're talking about? Not what do I want to talk about, but what is it that they're already talking about on this platform? A really great example of this will be a piece of work that I did with the ergonomics community back in about 2021. The VA community was growing wildly at the time. Lots of people were coming out of work because of COVID and were starting up on their own. So we saw a lot of VAs, or virtual assistants, popping up here, there and everywhere. And the number of those on LinkedIn was growing and growing daily. Now, if we'd have gone out there as someone that supplied ergonomic products and went, I tell you what, all you VAs that are working from home now, come and have a look at these ergonomic products. This is just what you need. Most of them would have said, nah, it's all right, I'm too busy. Because people don't know what they need until they need it. And they don't know that they need it because they're not educated on it. But what they do know is what is interesting them right now. So instead of trying to put on events or put out marketing material that talked about ergonomic products, what we did very cleverly was to put on an event for VAs. And what we did was we got some leading VAs at the time who could talk about things that VAs were already interested in, like upscaling or niching down or GDPR or compliance. So we've got expert speakers in each of those areas. We put on an event online, which we then marketed on LinkedIn, and we got VAs to come. Now, as part of that event, we did a whole piece on well-being. And as part of that whole piece on well-being, we brought the whole message of ergonomics to the table. Can you see how different that is, and possibly different from what you're doing now? I did another piece of work for a company who were based around travel products, and they wanted to get in with the digital nomad space. Now, they could have continued to build their reputation online organically, but that would have taken a long time, even though they had a great starting point at around about 8,000 followers on Instagram and about the same on LinkedIn. But instead of that, what we did was we offered a piece of collaborative content to the largest provider of insurance for digital nomads. They had a massive market. Basically at the time, they were cleaning up in that market. Their website alone was getting about 5.5 million views per year. So we couched the whole piece of content. We put that piece of content on together with them, and overnight, that company gained 4,000 followers. That would have taken a long time to do that organically. But what we did there was we thought about, where are the market? What is it that the market want to be talking about? Where are they talking about stuff? and how can we segue in our opportunity? I want you to be thinking about that as you go through this exercise. So here's a practical session for you. I want you to do a bit of a brainstorming session. I want you to think about who are the people that you engage with and market to at the moment. Now I want you to think of 3 examples of groups of people that you don't currently engage with, particularly on LinkedIn, who are perhaps outside of your echo chamber, outside of your current market, but that maybe, thinking about it, might be able to open up avenues of conversation, collaboration, who may then actually bring you market share. A few little tips here. LinkedIn is a business-to-business platform, so you need to target effectively and target within your industry. You need to, as we said earlier in optimizing your profile, build yourself as a thought leader and start conversations that are relevant to your industry. But you need to go beyond that as well. You need to think about who else might be able to amplify your voice within your sector. And it might not be the obvious people that you initially thought of when actually thinking about your LinkedIn strategy.